Sometimes when I'm thinking about us, before we got lost and we parted, back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight, but this time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. Back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight, but this time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FPV News. Oh, Blunty, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't change the intro music for the news. I feel like that would require both of us to decide to change it. You know?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
You're a little quick to agree there.
Yes.
Not a fan of the new song?
It's fine. It's just
it's
like,
fine for,
I don't know.
For the Q&A.
For the Q&A. It's certainly not the energy we bring it with the news. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. It's not the energy I bring with the Q&As either, but I kind of wish I did. Gets me hyped. We'd come in here and I'd be just like, yeah, and you'd be just like, we are here. Go ahead.
So you could like, have like some kind of blackout button and have disco lights in your room, and you could bring the energy up, and then like camera switch and from all different angles and
shout a lot.
Yeah,
I was watching some streamer and like he was just shouting the whole time. He was just playing a video game, and just like everything, he was just like, and I was like, what are you shouting about? Not me.
Sounds like modern social media. So.
He's way more successful than me, so I probably could learn a few things. Let's do some news. Right. We got news. We got news about drones. That's the gist of it. Let's get into it. We got any PSAs?
We don't. The first story is
PSAs?
actually
No.
No, the first story is actually a new product, basically, but we wanted to let you know because people have been asking for this for a while. It provides a digital option for people that have been trying to find something like this. HDZero has announced, and the listings have leaked, and now we got a Defiance RC posting up that they just went ahead and posted after it leaked. On September the 21st, the V2 VTX for HDZero, the Freestyle V2, will be out. and that's a 1 watt, at least on R1. That's a 1 watt VTX in a 20 by 20 ish form factor. 20 by 20 screws at least M2.
Wow. What is this kit?
I think it's with the camera.
With the camera. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is amazing news. Like, if you fly, hang on, let me get this text back on screen here. If you fly HDZero, then you know that you want the most output power you can get. And currently that's the Freestyle with 1 watt of output power. But the form factor of the Freestyle is kind of trash. Like, it's 30 millimeter mount. Is it? Am I remembering that right? It's 30 millimeter mounting.
Yeah.
And so,
and it's a little wider than that too. So people are definitely have always been trying to squeeze
like
it
40
into these
millimeters.
frames. Right.
Yeah. So very few frames have 30 millimeter mounting in the back, although there are some that have it. And for frames that don't have 30 millimeter mounting in the back, if you try to like just stick it back there with some tape, which I'm not opposed to, it hangs out over the edge so much that it's a durability issue. The cables can get knocked, the connectors can get knocked. And if you mount it in the center, like, you could put a 20 millimeter flight controller and ESC in the back, but that's kind of silly. Nobody really wants to do that. So people have been asking for the longest time, can we freaking get something like this that looks basically like a Vista? And BVLOS, this is interesting to me because the very, very first HDZero video transmitter was a dual board design. Output 500 milliwatts. It was called Sharkbite at the time.
Ah, right. Yes.
Yeah.
That board. I think wasn't one of the early race VTXs. I guess it was maybe just a clone of that Sharkbite board, but
I don't think it was a dual board. I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's been
but yeah, so another dual board solution. It seems well encased though, compared to the older ones.
Yeah, there we go. Now our eye line is at the same height.
So it'll be interesting to know how this durability works out. I know people are still concerned sometimes with the Freestyle VTX's durability. So
the original Sharkbite VTX was a dual board, and it had a lot of durability problems. It had an MMCX connector connecting the main board to the second board, which was the RF board, and that MMCX connector was a common source of failures. Hopefully, presumably, HDZero has worked these things out. I can't wait to see it, to get my hands on it, and to take it apart and look at it, or to, let's be realistic, to wait till Madstech takes it apart and looks at it and then watch his video. But this is the form factor we needed, I would say. That's going to really make a difference for HDZero, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
$99.
So September 21st, you can pre-order that in a couple of places now, I believe.
Yeah, exciting. Let's see here. All right, enough said about that?
Yeah. Next up, we've got something. It's a bit of a slow news week this week. So we're going to insert in here a new segment. Mm-hmm. I'm calling this segment Speculation Station. Okay? Mm-hmm. We're going to all hop on the train, and we're going to pull into Speculation Station. Where we're going to think.
We have said, I want to make sure we own this. We have said in the past that there were stories that we declined to cover because it would just be pure speculation and we didn't really have anything to offer. We sometimes speculate, but we try to speculate from a position of, like, we go, well, what does it mean for DJI Vista that the O3 has come out, right? But we have some educated guesses based on past history. In this case, we're just in the realm of pure speculation.
Yes. Yeah. Noticed something. Actually, Madstech noticed this. So, we're going to speculate on it because, we don't have anything else going on this week.
And that's the reason. We're compromising our principles because we had nothing else to talk about. And we hope you enjoy it. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. And who knows? Maybe it'll be something.
Maybe we'll be right.
Yeah. There was a rumor out in the world of a V2 avatar goggle that was seen in the wild. And they're talking about basically a new goggle and possibly connection to a new system in the future, that sort of thing. Total speculation. Again, no evidence of that other than just a couple people saying it. However, it's kind of interesting because typically, we don't see this. And so if you head on over to the Caddx website and you try to buy the Walksnail Avatar goggles.
They're all sold out. Every single one
they
of them.
are.
Sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out.
And it's actually both types. There were, at one point, there was the Dominator white still in at Caddx, but now those are gone as well. So it is interesting that...
that's
for
actually
reason,
news.
It's possible that maybe somebody just didn't go in and put new numbers in. But that's kind of weird if one of your main products for your company, or at least your company, Caddx, Walksnail, whatever, you know, it's kind of weird if your main thing, you don't have restocks of automatically, or you don't have a setup to say like, hey, we're going to produce more of these, so we might as well go ahead and sell them.
Right,
so
because Caddx is not shy about pre-selling or back ordering stuff.
Right.
They don't have
absolutely.
Mr. Huggy wonders if the sold outs are because of the China drone tech export ban.
Also possible.
Although we haven't seen that affecting goggles as much as drones themselves. So that would be new. You can buy these goggles in other stores that happen to have stock, but it is, like you say, weird that the company producing the goggles doesn't have them for sale.
Yeah, and typically that's where we would see it first, right? So retailers have their stock that they've ordered, so they're working through back stock, and then Caddx sells out, so then, we can't, the Caddx isn't supplying anymore directly, and then we could speculate that maybe they won't have any more to send to retailers either, and then they would slowly trickle out if that's the case, and there is a V2 coming. So that part does match up. If there is a V2 coming, we don't know. But, it's worth thinking about. It's been a while since we've had the Avatar system come out. And we haven't seen, we've seen progress on the firmwares and things. We've also kind of seen, as we kind of expected, I guess, Fat Shark has been in the background, not doing anything, kind of passively hanging out.
What is Fat Shark? Fat Shark released the Recon HD, and then that's basically their contribution to. That's it. They really haven't done a lot more.
Yeah, we've seen the Dominators on sale at Rotor Riot for a while. It may just be because of stock, but we know Rotor Riot is related to Fat Shark through the company. Through Red Cat, I believe still. I don't know that sale ever went through to the private equity company or whatever it is.
Both Fat Shark and Rotor Riot were going to go in that sale anyway.
Correct.
I believe.
Yeah.
So they would still be sister companies. The question when Fat Shark, when Rotor Riot marked down the Avatar goggles was, is Fat Shark getting out of the Avatar business and they're just clearing stock? Now we see Caddx not having stock, and that's interesting because they have really been pushing and trying to build momentum in doing things to try to build momentum. So it's a little weird, and we'll find out what it means. But the speculation is that a new goggle is coming and they don't want to be stuck with old stock. Yep.
Or it's a stocking issue and Caddx will fill it in when they feel like it, and they don't really care. But
big news, everyone! So a product is out of stock. What could it mean?
Right.
Maybe it's just 2023 and everything is always out of stock. That's just where we're at. Nevertheless, if it does turn out to be a new goggle, I guess we can't really take credit. We're just repeating other people's rumors. Ian, Madstech?
Yeah. Madstech is the one I heard it from. Yep.
Okay. So. Alrighty. Well, Caddx is pushing out Fat Shark, says Evil Genius FPV. Caddx is designing a second goggle that is not designed in partnership with Fat Shark, so they can shove them out and stop paying them. Like I assume. So the story is that Fat Shark designed the shell of the Avatar goggle, and so I presume they get paid for every Avatar goggle that is sold. That's how I would set up that arrangement. And maybe they're making a new goggle to try and shove Fat Shark out and not have to pay them anymore. Poor Fat Shark. They keep trying to stay relevant, and they keep.
I highly doubt. I highly doubt Fat Shark gets paid for every Avatar goggle sale.
You think it was a one-time payment?
Yeah.
Wow.
So listen to the guy who runs the company and what he told you, right?
What did he tell me?
You interviewed him, remember? And he was like, no, we don't have anything to do with that goggle, right? It's manufactured in a different place.
Oh, God, I forgot all that drama. I just know I just assume that's not true. But
well, why would he lie like that? So I
don't know. I don't know.
to me, it's just as big of a stretch to say they're taking part of it as to say the guy lied who runs PR for the company, right? Or I guess ran
I
the
mean,
company.
you might remember that at the time the goggle released, it seemed like Walksnail was not going to be public, and Fat Shark seemed to think that they were going to be the sole face of this product line, which was a total fantasy. That lasted like 2 hours, and then Walksnail's website came up. So I think that, I mean, if you ask me how can I explain that, I would say that Fat Shark sincerely thought that they were going to be the face of the product and that Walksnail was going to be a silent partner.
My memory of it was that had already come out, and then Alan Evans responded to a set of email questions that were like, no, we don't have anything to do with that goggle. They're manufactured in a different place. This was after we found out about Walksnail publicly, right? So like, to me, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. But also, it seems like that's what you would say if you got screwed by a company like that too, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot you could say. I have no idea. Fat Shark is, I think, in some ways sliding into irrelevance in the Walksnail ecosystem. They still sell the Avatar goggles. They still make them, but they don't make any of the video transmitters.
I was going to say, we know that because, they never even tried to make a video transmitter, right? To me, like, they couldn't, how long can you hide in the background? Right? If you never plan to make a video transmitter and every video transmitter you produce on every camera is labeled with Walksnail on it. Yeah. Right? That's not like a long-term idea that you're going to hide anything, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The original, Anyway. Well, maybe Fat Shark, it's time to retire. I don't know. Fat Shark has lost Immersion RC to Orca, too. Immersion RC did a lot of the heavy lifting of their video I think Immersion RC designed their video transmitters and did some of the work on the goggles, although not the goggles shell and the optics. And now Immersion RC's partnered with Orca, bought by Orca. So Fat Shark's really, out in the cold. Anyway, that's that.
That is that.
Next up, we have a really cool YouTube video to show you.
Yeah.
And this is by
Filip Ridelic.
Thank you. We definitely have to mute that music. That's the Star Wars music. If you want to watch this whole thing with music and not me get a copyright strike, then you can go to the link in the video description and give Filip Ridelic a view. Filip Ridelic currently has 904 subscribers, and this video has 5.5 thousand views. Let's get that up. It's 5 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But stop motion animation is so preposterously time consuming. And the Lego movies just do it in a computer. They cheat. This, I cannot imagine how long this took Filip to do.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine.
It's so far out of the wheelhouse of something I would have the patience to do. I can't imagine.
This is weeks of work. He said, Raven187 says, he said 200 hours. Weeks of work. Astounding. I have a big soft spot in my heart for the Lego movies. The first Lego movie came out right at the time when my kid was the age to enjoy it. And we went to see it, and I'm so glad we did, because it's not just like a sort of a dumb kids movie that you sit through. It's so well made. It's an enjoyable movie. It's fun. It's got heart. It's sweet. It's really well animated. It's really well voiced. And so the fact that this reminds me of the Lego movies, just I feel good. At least freaking soldering them with the lightsaber. That's so much work to animate this. It's preposterous.
He replied to one comment, I did lose patience a couple times. That's why it took so long. He says it took about 10 months to get through this and get it all done.
10 months. 10
I imagine
months.
you get really frustrated with having to do all this work, and then you're like, well, okay, I need to set this down for a little while.
I mean, I've had it take me 10 months to build a quadcopter before. Like, can you imagine if, like, even one, like, wire moves or something and it blows your, like, how do you, oh, God, where does it go now? I actually didn't watch the rest of the video. Now we got some freestyle. Ha! That's awesome. All right, I'm not going to spoil it. This was incredible, Filip Ridelic. This has to have been a labor of love because there's no way you're going to get any sort of value out of your time. But we all really enjoyed it, and thank you for doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool stuff.
How come he got those numbers and uses Star Wars music? Toady RC. Toady, he can use the Star Wars music. He's just going to not make any money from the video. He's not getting paid for the ads. That's going to Universal or whoever owns that music. So you can use whatever music you want. Most of the time, it'll just get claimed and somebody else will get the money for it. Okay. Next up, we've got a cinematic of the week.
Yeah, we don't find one every week, but we got a pretty cool one this week of some shots in Norway. This will be another mute situation.
This is by Lucanix FPV, Lucas Gurtler. I don't know how to pronounce Norwegian. It is, and again, it is 3 minutes long. We're just going to give you a taste of it, and you can go watch the whole thing at the link in the video description. We always like to send the views to the original creator. Only 500 views, so we could probably do a good job of bumping that up. And let's take a look at this cinematic view of Norway. I really wish I was hearing the music. Oh well, it's the world we live in. Wow. This is reminding me of some of the scenes from Trip Simulator, to be honest with you. Of course, that's the level I'm thinking of. Is it's not in Norway. I think it's in Iceland. But those two countries feel like they're probably similar in my mind. Located close together. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, look at that geography, Blunty. Look, you come down here, you go through this freaking valley. That's insane. That's just crazy.
Beautiful place. Beautiful place to fly.
Yeah. Oh, whew. Very nice dive.
Definitely don't want to fail safe.
No, I wonder where he's standing. Probably at the bottom, typically, right? Ooh, little rainbow. Excellent, excellent. You don't want to fail safe just because you'd have to climb up and get the damn thing.
Right, yeah. Be a long trek.
All right. Oh, we got some water on the lens too. All right. Thank you to Lucanix FPV for this view of Norway. Oh, he's in the chat. Nice. Wonder if he knew we were going to cover this. Very, very nice. And there are minutes more of it, and you can check that out at the link in the video description.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we've got some events you might want to go to or attend.
Yeah, we've got only one event today, but it's actually one that'll be streamed as well. So we've talked before about Street League. That's where they race the big drones that are basically spec drones. So they're like a kilogram, similar to the DRL drones. Yeah, and yeah, they go and compete with those guys in these races. So we've got the top 16 has been chosen, and the events will start here. I got a link in the show notes to the YouTube page for the streams that they're doing. Yeah, you've got them there.
Yeah.
So there will be a last chance qualifier to pick anybody else up that they can, and then they'll go into the season championships, and that'll all be streamed up on YouTube.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. It's really fun. Let's take a look at some racing. Race 3 Colorado final day. 7-inch racing has such a different feel than 5-inch racing. See if we can find a race on screen. If you've never watched it, you totally should check it out. It's still good racing, but the larger quads are a little bit slower to accelerate and less agile. And so that's the reason why DRL went to a large 7-inch, to give a little bit more about picking good lines and a little bit less about just having the fastest reflexes. And boy, don't crash, that's for sure. It's pretty agile for a 7-inch. These guys are whipping them around. They've definitely designed the courses to be a little more like a multi-GP course. Like if you look at the DRL course designs, they are sort of wider open with long curves and straights and not a lot of tight twisties. But these guys are really working it. So exciting, cool stuff. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, now we come to my favorite part of the live stream, which is the part where we pay the bills by plugging ourselves. Did you know I have a website, fpvknowitall.com, home of the ultimate FPV shopping list, which has all my part recommendations, including recommendations in various categories, like 5-inch freestyle. We actually just updated this page to get some updated information on these quadcopters that we recommend, these ready-to-flies. And just whatever you're looking for. There actually isn't a 7-inch page. We actually have been working on that, but haven't got to the point where we're putting it up. Just because I try. Well, anyway, no reason why. It doesn't matter. But check that out if you're looking for, wondering what to buy in any given category.
Yeah, you've also got my website, ItsBlunty.com, where you can get my links and information to support me if you'd like. I have troubleshooting one-on-one calls. You can get remote desktop support, those sorts of things through Discord. You can add me on Discord, It's Blunty, and we can plan that out for $50 an hour, or I can help you over text for free over time. Then you can also join my Patreon to support me.
Yeah. And also, you should know that if you love my live streams, but you don't get to watch all of the live streams all the time, you can catch up on my live streams by going to the Joshua Bardwell Livestream Clips channel. Just search for Joshua Bardwell Livestream Clips, or there's a link in the video description, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber over there. Blunty has been posting clips from an interview. This isn't even from my channel, but we reposted with permission, from the FPV Spill the Tea podcast that I went on, and asked some really good hard-hitting questions, like why the hell did I stop testing batteries, and have I ever thought about quitting FPV, and so forth. Some really good content over there. I'd love to have you as a subscriber.
Yeah, absolutely. And last of all, we got searchfpv.com, where you can go through here and see what you need to find. Like if you're looking for anything in FPV and you don't know where to buy it, you can pick the stores, the region, that sort of thing, and then type in something that you want to find. It'll try to list out all the places you can get it.
Like I can search for in stock. You can pick a store or a region, and here we go. Here's all the HDZero stuff in these various stores. Yeah, HDZero Freestyle in stock, $120. The new V2 is only $100. It's cheaper. That's good. See, I didn't know that. HDZero Freestyle. Oh no, it's $100 here. Get FPV, just not marking it down. Okay, way to go, Get FPV. That's it. Those are our plugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Next up, we wanted to tell you about a new subreddit that I think you noticed this over on r/FPVMarket.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Reddit, r/FPVMarket. This just started. I saw a post on one of the FPV subreddits where a guy was like, hey, there's nowhere to buy, sell, trade FPV stuff. And I know what you're thinking. What about FPV Exchange, the website? Last I checked, that was down. Is it still down? FPVExchange.com is gone. I think the owner stopped maintaining it. So where do you go if you want to buy, sell, trade stuff? Well, you could go to Facebook Marketplace, but a lot of people don't really like that. There's reasons why they don't like it. And this picked up steam so fast. Like, I was like, okay, someone started a new subreddit. This is, chances are this is going nowhere. But I immediately started seeing ads from people. And so I want to signal boost this because I think there is not a good resource for this out there in the world today. Well, my Discord server has a buy, sell, trade channel, but that's for patrons only. And there isn't one that just is available to anyone with an internet connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to see another place for people to come and try to find some stuff. As always, buy at your own discretion. You're making a deal with people online, that sort of thing. So.
Yes. Yep. We're not vouching for the people who are buying, selling, and trading, but I think this is a resource that is needed, and I want to help get the word out about it so that you can, the more people who are there, the more valuable it's going to be. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Savetrix points out that I can do public channels on my Discord server. I know, but I don't want to. I don't want, I think that one of the things I like about my server is that there's a smaller group of people there, and it makes it a little more personal and a little more, I've been on other servers like the UAV Future server or the Mr. Seal server, where there's just thousands of people from anybody who clicks an invite link. It's there, and there's a lot of noise and less signal. I don't know. That's my take. So I like to just keep it a little bit more selective.
Yeah, and it's more difficult to moderate.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The mods would lose their freaking minds if we had 10,000 members. So there you go. It's only $2 a month, though. That's your call.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Alrighty. Kudos to the guy who started that. I forget who it was or lost the post, but thank you for starting that. And I wish you the best. How many members are on the Discord? Newt McFly wants to know. Hang on. I can answer that question. Make sure server settings members. Currently, hello. There we go. Currently, there are 4,946 members on my Discord server. However, if I click the prune function, only 830. Oh, wow. Of those 4,831 have not been seen in 7 days and are not assigned to any roles. Oh, I see. Most people, they come in as roles. I see. If they have the patron role, they won't measure whether they're active. So we have 831 inactive members. That's pretty good. Although we might have inactive patrons. But if they stopped being a patron, it would remove their role. So we
it doesn't
actually
mean
have
they've interacted in Discord. It just means they're active patron that has it linked.
And they joined the server at least once.
Yes.
That's interesting. What if we go to 30 days? 534 members in 30 days. We actually have a surprising number of active people. That's a really active Discord server. I'm so proud. Okay.
All right. Next up, we've got It's Barely News, where we go through the... Oh, actually, we got to check Super Chats. Do we have any Super Chats?
No, no one's Super Chatting. What's wrong with you guys?
Okay.
No Super Chats. I'm going to leave a Super... Right. Can I leave a Super Chat on my own stream? Super
Just
Chat.
Give YouTube money.
I give myself money. Can I do that? I'm trying it right now. It's asking me PayPal, jb@joshuabardwell.com. I'll take it out of my personal. joshuabardwell@gmail.com. Buy. I'm buying a Super Chat on my own stream. Doesn't seem like you should be able to do that. I did it. I did it.
All right.
Why? I just gave YouTube $1 for no reason. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you, Black Jungle, for 2 Brazilian reais.
First up, it's Barely News. We've got a GitHub poll for Betaflight that we wanted to tell you about. This is going to be a while because this is planned for 4.6.
Oh, not even 4.5.
Not even 4.5. But we wanted to let you know that MedlinDrone, the guy who makes those camera gimbals that you can control with a head tracker or that sort of thing, has added something to Betaflight called camera angle reference. Mm-hmm. And essentially it's a way for the OSD to display the reference of the prop line in the OSD, which is pretty cool.
If the props are not in view, obviously.
Correct. If you scroll down, he has a video of it where you can see, you'll see those dots on each side.
Oh,
track.
And this is this is Josh Medlin, who has the adjustable gimbal where the camera can change its up tilt. And so he wants to know where the props are and where the quad is as he's changing the up tilt with the gimbal.
Yeah, it helps you know, because
slick.
otherwise when you're moving your head, you know, you don't actually know where the camera's at except from a lot of practice, right? And then maybe even doing a reorienting step. But instead of that, now you can use those lines to get an idea of like, oh, hey, here's where I'm looking relative to the quad. So.
When I tested a MedlinDrone, what I did is I set the RSSI channel to the servo aux channel so that I could look at the RSSI and see like 50% RSSI would be 0 degrees of camera tilt. But I thought there must be a better way to do it. And now there is. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until like a year. It's going to be a year. Betaflight 4.5 will come out sometime around the end of the year, perhaps, or maybe the early next year. And then it's going to be another 6 months or a year before 4.6 comes out. So don't hold your breath is the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know how far away 4.5 is? Specific source asks.
No idea.
How far away is 4.5? No idea. Alrighty. Next up,
we wanted to share a video about DJI drone hacking. Sometimes people are, you know, interested in learning more about the finer details of hacking and exploits and how all these things kind of work. And this is a video that dives really deep, like extensively deep, by Felix Domke, which is I would say prolific at this point, DJI hacker / exploiter. And he goes through basically an entire categorization and understanding of the deep end of DJI miniseries. And explains all the board layouts, designs, code, does reverse engineering attacks, and basically also proves in here the GPL violations that DJI has been doing, which of course we know that is happening on the back end, but he goes through the code and proves it.
DJI is using open source code and not giving credit and not publishing their code mods.
Correct. We know they've been violating for a long time.
This is the most heinous thing I could imagine DJI doing. A GPL violation. That's the line right there. I am done with them. Fuzzy, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's so if you were interested in that kind of thing, check it out. This is a really cool whole teardown of the entire exploit system. So,
nice. But we're going to pause It's Barely News because we have got a $100 super chat from ProKey Concept, once again proving that whining works. Stop rewarding me for whining. There were no super chats. I went, there's no super chats. I like money. And then someone gave me $100. And obviously, that's just, reinforcing that behavior. Thank you, ProKey Concept, who says, here's your super chat. Lots of love. Your videos have helped me create a company that hopefully, one day will impact the FPV community in an amazing way. Impact the FPV community in an amazing way. Thank you. That's that actually, that is one of the things I'm most proud of and happiest to hear is when people can actually make a career off the information they learn off my videos. Thank you for the donation. Raviogi FPV, thanks for $5. $5 of real money. I assume he means American money. Ed Jakes, thanks for $10. Motors 1 and 4 won't reverse no matter what in the motors config. Switch wires. Ed Jakes, I don't know specifically what's going on with your quad, but there is a bug in Betaflight 4.4.2 where on some flight controllers, the motor reverse function in Betaflight doesn't work. You could either switch the wires or you could go into BL Heli configurator and do it, but most likely you're being affected by a Betaflight bug. Thank you for the donation. Iric Toft, thanks for $20. Appreciate that. And that is, now we're caught up. So, JB's like a barista putting a 20 in the tip jar before the shift starts. Right, I sent myself a $2 super chat and started the avalanche. Thank you, Black Jungle, for another 5 Brazilian reais. Here's $5 of fake money. Keck. Oh, I love reais are one of my favorite foreign currencies. I went to Brazil years and years ago when I was in college. Maybe I was in my mid-20s. I actually befriended someone who taught capoeira and did capoeira with him for a while, and really became a fan of some aspects of Brazilian culture. I don't want to overstate it, but we actually went to Brazil for a capoeira conference and spent some time there vacationing and hanging out with the people. Got real down-home country feijoada with the oxtail in it, with the hair still on the tail. And so don't ever think I don't appreciate your reais. Okay.
Do you know where the term kek comes from?
Kek.
That's all internet.
It means top kek is like good fun. Kek I think
do you
means
know
laughing.
The origin of the meme.
No.
It's from World of Warcraft. If you talk as the opposite faction, like if you're the Horde and you say lol, it translates as kek when the Alliance sees it.
Because it's translating to another language?
Yeah, it's like technically not translatable. So yeah, if you go and like kill somebody with PvP and you stand over their body and you type lol, it shows as kek. So yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. A little fact for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Ghost Branch says, wait, our dollar sign isn't actually short for real dollars, it's reais. Oh, I know a lot of people. I've had a long life with a lot of weird things in it that would surprise you. People are just now learning I did capoeira. Where's that picture of me? Oh my God, with the Barambau. Hold on, Blunty. You talk about the next story, and I'm going to try and find me the picture of me with the Barambau.
All right. Next up on It's Barely News. The FAA has approved a couple more BVLOS waivers. And these aren't the waivers we like, really. I mean, they're for companies instead of people. But it's happening. So we're letting you know in It's Barely News. They had already previously approved one company, Phoenix Air, that we talked about. And then now they've done a UPS freight forwarder and Uavionix to operate their BVLOS drones. So this, for instance, would enable UPS in certain areas to fly BVLOS package deliveries, without having to maintain visual line of sight or get a waiver for it every single time.
Nice. Is that nice? I wasn't listening. I was looking for the picture. Is this good news or is this annoying corporations taking our airspace?
A lot of people are going to say this is a corporation taking our airspace. It kind of is, but this is inevitable anyway, so at least they're getting some accessibility to do this, and they can prove whether it's going to work or not. That's sort of where I'm at with it.
Okay. There you go.
What are we looking for the uninitiated? What are we looking at?
This is me in my mid-20s. The musical instrument I'm holding is a Brazilian traditional musical instrument called a berimbau, and is used when people do the martial arts / dance activity of capoeira. And that's me with my berimbau sitting at a festival. That was probably when I was the most fit I've ever been. Vitrifly. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I wouldn't say I know how to play the berimbau well. You have to build up a lot of strength in your pinky to play the berimbau. I never was great at it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun to play. It's a very strange and interesting musical instrument. So, there you go.
I hope if there's workshops where you build them, they're called Build a Berimbau.
Berimbau is made from a gourd, a dried gourd, a stick, a particular type of wood. I don't remember the name anymore. And the wire, they would like pull the wire out of tires, the steel cable out of tires, and use it for the berimbau. Yeah. No, should we 6:45? Should we? Black Jungle has linked us to this for people who wonder what a berimbau sounds like. How do I need to unmute it. Where's the nut?
Top right.
Top right. Oh, there we go. it's bringing back memories.
It's like a sitar that's missing string.
Yeah, you have basically two tones. Well, three. You have the high tone and the low tone, and then the tone. And then you got the shaker in your hand, which is accentuating. And then you can hold the gourd against your chest to close and open. And then there are all these traditional rhythms, and it's kind of not the same because it's played in a huge group. You know, you'll have like 3 different barambos in like a low, a medium, and a high barambao, and then you'll have like a drums and you know, all kinds of other instruments. And then people will be singing. Just play one barambao. It's not quite the same thing. The pinky is just holding the damn thing up. Like you can see, he has got his pinky. I don't know if you can see this. He's got his pinky finger just kind of holding the whole damn thing up. So while his index finger and thumb are working the stone. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, if it's a slow news day, learn about things.
All right. Next up, we've got a man has been sentenced to 1 year of probation and 40 hours of community service for flying over a stadium last year. We reported on that separately, the Bengals Raiders game that he flew over, and he's been charged. So it's not bad. I mean, it's a year of probation, which sucks for sure. But 40 hours of community service, which isn't so bad, and no listed fine. And he was also forced to give up his drone, which is, you know, Mavic Air 2. So,
yeah. He said he posted the video because he was trying to get content for his YouTube channel to increase the number of subscribers to help him earn money. Like, yeah, okay. I mean, sure, I guess that's one way to approach it, is to just come clean. But there you go.
Yeah, I attempted to find any records from the court case, like, or, you know, anything to give us more information, like what he was actually charged with, because I know there was some MLB games where they charged him with violation of a TFR, and they got a similar thing, but I'm not sure what this actual fine was for. So,
yeah. Alrighty. Speaking of guys doing dumb shit with drones, this one I think takes the cake.
Yeah, this is pretty silly. We're going to end off with this guy has been dropping green dye into pools with drones. And this is like, it seems to be like the sea dye you buy, like the rescue dye that they use to like locate things when they drop it in the sea. And he's been doing it to pools in the area, both a business pool and a personal pool. They tracked it back to his business, and this dye is so strong that it can damage and crack your pool at home and in a business.
It's pretty green.
Yeah.
Why was he? Do we know why he was doing this?
There was no motive
Just
listed.
to be named?
He runs a local HVAC business, so people obviously were speculating that these were some clients that he had issues with, both the homeowner and the business, but nobody's sure. So,
all right. Well,
he was caught. I believe he was caught because a guy was in his pool, and then he dropped a dye packet in the pool he was in. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, don't do dumb shit with drones, people.
It's true.
Not that that matters in the big scheme of things. I don't want to say that, because that's why they're cracking down on us, because I think that's nonsense. You can learn more about that in the Livestream Clips channel. I talked about that on the podcast I was on. But just don't do dumb shit with drones, because, you know, just don't be a jerk.
Right. Yeah. For the same reason you shouldn't do dumb shit anyway.
Is ELRS definitely the best radio link? Asks Teddy Tuned. Teddy, thanks for a $2 super chat. We're coming to the end of the stream, and I actually would like to refer you to, we did this on my live stream yesterday. Somebody asked a similar question, and I thought, I've surely talked about this before. And I searched for Crossfire on the Livestream Clips channel and found, is Express LRS or Crossfire better? Would Bardwell buy Crossfire or Express LRS if he started over? What are the advantages of Express LRS over Crossfire? So, Teddy, I thank you for your $2 super chat. I'm going to give you this search result, and you can go check it out. If it was a $10 super chat, I might have taken the time to actually repeat myself. But for $2, I'm going to just give you a link. Sorry, Teddy. I'm teasing. Teddy and I know Teddy. I'm just teasing him. Bardwell's. Okay, anyway. Guess what?
It's the end. We made it to the end.
We did.
Yeah, it was a fairly slow news day. We stretched it out, but yeah, it's 52, and we are done till we did the best we could.
You can't hear this, but I started the sabotage music.
Oh.
What are we gonna do with the last 10 minutes of the stream? Just play that music. Oh, all right. Thank you, Blunty. I'll see you next week, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
take
out.
it easy,
Hey,
everybody.
Hey, wait. If it's a slow news day, they should submit news.
That's true. Yeah.
So we have news next week.
If we missed some news, if you think we didn't cover something, or you need to cover something you see in the next week, send it to news@fpvknowitall.com. That's on the screen at the bottom corner all the time. So
The
don't
whole
forget and
live
send it
stream,
on over.
it's down there.
Yeah, that means an event that you're having, or you know about. That means anything. A cinematic of the week, a cool FPV video, whatever you got, send it over.
Okay. All right, guys. Peyton Nelson, I'm going to answer your question in the chat. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.